Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Star Wars Discussions. I'm your host, Kylo Ren. Today we're going to be covering a couple of topics today. One, which is actually Star Wars news. Apparently, Donal Glover has been cast as Young Lando in the Han Solo spin-off film. It honestly sounds really dumb. But good casting, but the movie itself, I care less about. I stated this before in my other videos that Disney's whole spin-off idea is friggin' stupid. It's completely desperate and dumb idea. Like this Rogue One, for instance, who's gonna be garbage? I think so anyway. I think it's gonna be terrible. But I think it's because they're treading on some relatively delicate waters with being right before the first movie from '77. I don't know, maybe they shouldn't really touch that era. I don't know. I mean, why would you go back to that freaking era when we just had episode 7? Why don't we just keep going forward instead of back? Why? I mean, they even had this idea of, oh, I want to make a Knights of Ren movie. And why don't we just do that? Sounds we weren't interested in this Rogue One crap. Oh yeah, let's show all these Death Star plans. Sounds so exciting. Can't wait to see that crap. Not. I mean, I watched the trailer again earlier today, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I hate the trailer, but the music is pretty good. If that's any consolation. You know, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I have no desire to see Rogue One. None whatsoever. None. I'm a big ass Star Wars fan. I just don't care about this movie. But back to Lando. I mean, in the expanded universe, Lando had his own little thing on Cloud City. And I think he had that kid, Laura, or whatever her name is. Can't remember the kid's name, but it just don't matter now. Thanks to Mickey Mouse. But anyway, Lando's an awesome character, and I hear Donal Glover is a good actor, so I have no concerns there with that particular aspect. The Han Solo thing, on the other hand, you can't just recast Han Solo and expect people to just roll over and accept some new chump in the Han Solo vest. The same vest that Harrison Ford made iconic in '77. You just can't expect that, man. You just can't expect it to happen like that. I mean, come on, Disney. Throw me a bone. Throw me a bone. The only reason you're doing this Han Solo movie is because you killed them off in 7. The only reason you're doing this crap. Don't get me as, oh, we just want to explore his history or whatever. Don't give me any of that bull crap, right? We all know you're doing this crap because you killed them off. Because Harrison Ford wanted you to kill them off in the movie, so you did. And now you're doing this crap with, oh, we gotta show how his life begins. Or this other crap. Yeah, I really don't want to see how he holds Philosopher the first time. Or gets the Falcon from Lando or whatever. Like, can we get away from the same 5 characters we've seen in the original movies? Lord have mercy. How big is the Star Wars universe? We gotta keep going back to the same little cube. We gotta go back to the same pool of like 5 characters that we've already seen a billion times. This is why I like the expanding universe so much, because they actually expand, no pun intended, on the original content. And we see Luke in them, but the characters grow, they experience new stuff. They don't just sit on their ass for 30 years, train a new generation until they have them all get killed by one person, and then do nothing. I mean, Luke, is he even training anybody else? I mean, you can't be the only one in the freaking galaxy. You can't just have one Jedi in the galaxy, people. It's ridiculous. How many times are we going to go back to the same stupid plot? In the originals, the Jedi were already wiped out. In the prequels, they were getting wiped out by the end of episode 3. They were all killed in the Clone Wars, most of them anyway. Well, most of the powerful ones, I guess I could say. And now we got Luke as the last Jedi. So if Finn's not Force sensitive, and if Rey is not a Skywalker, then what are we doing, Disney? What are we doing? Rey is a Skywalker, I have no doubt of that. And she's too powerful to be anything else, so nothing else makes any sense. But still. Finn better be Force sensitive, otherwise that lightsaber fight makes no sense. Or it makes no sense. I mean, Donald's telling me that this guy can wield a lightsaber without being Force sensitive. Like, how else could he have snapped out of that trance in the beginning of the movie? It had to be the Force. It had to be the Force. I mean, can you give me no explanation then? Because I can't think of anything. Yeah, Lando. Cool character. Again, I really don't want to see this young Lando adventures crap. Because I can just read about that in the expanded universe. I want to see that. Well, not really young Lando, but more experienced Lando. Like, I really need to see how he wins the Falcon or loses it to Han. Like, all that stuff was established in episode 5 when he shows up on screen. And how you doing, Chewbacca? Playing around with a loser? Your ship, hey, you lost it to me fair and square. You know, our ship saved a lot of clouds for them. It's the fastest type of junk in the galaxy. They told me to fix it. I trusted them to fix it. It's not my fault. All right. You know, I should say that for quite a few times. She's the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. It was like that line. And that line right there, you don't need to see what happens before that. I mean, that kind of establishes everything. Like, he's had the ship, he's been on the ship before, he lost it to Lando, to Han. That's it. You don't need a whole freaking movie to see how that crap happens, do you? A crappy comic or something. You need to waste a freaking feature-length film to show stuff that's already been established for the most part. Use your imagination. Get creative, Disney. Jeez. Oh, we're gonna show what Han was like as a teenager because we got these new kids coming up now that don't know what Star Wars is. So we gotta this ain't thinking with creativity, Disney. Just thinking about money. It's the reason you bought Star Wars, isn't it? Now, that's a bad thing, but let's be honest, people. As much as people hate in the prequels, at least the prequels weren't trying to remake something that was done 40 years ago, called Force Awakens. Once I like Force Awakens, it's too much of a nostalgia trip for me, you know? I know there's others agree with me out there, so. Too much of a nostalgia trip. I mean, the movie's a freaking shot-for-shot replica of Star Wars from '77. The more I watch, I'm like, holy crap. Why am I thinking about the first movie when I'm supposed to be watching the sequel? Why? Everything from the freaking droid getting the plan thing sent across the desert to meeting a local on the planet, going on an adventure, to go into a rebel base, to another freaking Death Star for the third time, to a phony-ass trench run that failed because it sucked. There wasn't a trench run. There was no build-up to it. We didn't know any of the characters. We got that Joe guy. What was he doing? He disappeared for half the movie and showed up when it's convenient. Because the plot called for it, I guess. Well, where the hell was he? He disappears for half the movie and shows up character. Like, why? What the hell did he do? What did he do? He wasn't even on a damn adventure with Finn and Rey. He wasn't with them at all. So how is he this popular guy now? Just like that Boba Fett guy. Useless. He didn't do squat in the movies. Han Solo took his ass out when he was blind. He turned the Jedi. Blind. That's what pathetic Boba Fett is. And what else did he do? Oh, but he's alive in canon now. Nobody reads. When I read the Expanding Universe books, there's some of you out there that haven't. I know that. Anyways. I guess on to the next topic. That turned into a rant that I wasn't planning. Next topic is my top 5 Star Wars games. But one of them I happen to be playing right now, Knights of the Old Republic. The first one, not the second. So KOTOR is one of my favorite Star Wars games. It's probably one of the best. Always will be. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's just as classic as the original Star Wars from '77. This game was made back when LucasArts was still a thing, you know, before Mickey Mouse changed everything. Closed it down and made that crappy Battlefront game that sucks balls. Like, if you play it, you know what I'm talking about. They put like no effort into that game. None. I feel there's more effort put into that Disney Infinity thing, and then they canceled that. So, like, I don't know what the point of that was then. It's like right after the Force Awakens PlayStation thing came out, they canceled it. I was like, what was the point, man? I didn't really get to play it. The stuff is canceled now. It's like, what the deuce? The second one I like as well. It's pretty good. The one with that crazy Kreia chick. See, the story for the first KOTOR is awesome. The second one has better action, but the story's a little bit jumbled. You can almost tell it was rushed a little bit, but still a game. I enjoy playing both of them once in a while. I mean, anything is better than Battlefront, I'll tell you that right now. Anything is better than Battlefront. Surprisingly, I always play on the light side. I don't really go for the dark. Because you really are more powerful in the light, despite what people say. I mean, I just managed to redeem Yathura from Korriban, and then you get to talk to her on Dantooine. Dantooine. You get to talk to her on Dantooine. And then, of course, Malik bombs the planet. Hopefully, she gets away. It's unknown if she escapes, but I heard one of her descendants is in the Old Republic game that takes place after the KOTOR series. I have never played it. Hopefully, I will one of these days. I hope it comes out on Macintosh, but I'm not gonna hold my breath because it's unlikely. Number 2 on my list is The Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed. If you've not played that game, you are missing out. Force Unleashed is like, to me, that was like the turning point. It was the turning point for Star Wars games, I think. This game had everything, man. It had a romance kind of, unlike it wasn't forced on your throat. It felt kind of, natural, progressed. I read the book, so a lot more stuff was fleshed out than this in the game because you're mostly playing a Star Killer. You're not really interacting with what's her name, Juno or something. You had that cool droid that could transform into anybody. That was awesome. I think his name is Proxy. Yeah, Proxy. Then you had HK-47 in the Old Republic. The thing about the second Force Unleashed, other than the fact that it sucked, is that they dealt too much with that clone stuff. Clone stuff that was like mentioned in Attack of the Clones, but not really fleshed out because, why would we bother explaining anything, right? Like Attack of the Clones is probably the worst in the whole prequel trilogy, if I gotta be honest. Easily the worst. And I could stomach watching Phantom Menace, but Attack of the Clones? Oh, God. Someone better just nail my feet to the ground if I want to watch that one. Trying to investigate this murder on Manon, Jolie's friend. See, I wouldn't mind seeing a KOTOR movie, but more thinking about it after what Mickey Mouse did with Force Awakens. It's like, what? Why don't we just keep the KOTOR series as games and books and comics? Because the moment Mickey Mouse gets their hand on the series, it's going to be because they're going to try and tone it down for little dumb kids. Don't even know Star Wars, watch Star Wars, because everything's about diversity and making stuff for adults for little kids. And it's just freaking stupid. Dumb. I mean, Star Wars is for everybody. Star Wars can be for anyone. Doesn't matter how old you are. But KOTOR is not for kids. And granted, I played it when I was younger, but kids today are so sophisticated that you show this old game to a little kid, they will know what's going on.
You were the one that. Elasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. It doesn't take a genius to. The Sith woman, Elasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Summary comes in and goes to her room. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off. No, I don't think so. I guess this is what they call working the system. Now, is there anything?
I just used a force persuasion this chump at the hotel. You will testify that Soren left before the shot went off. Yeah, I'll testify to say that he left before the shot went off. I didn't even know I could do that in this game. See, now I'm learning new stuff I didn't even know was possible when I played it back in the day.
Well, okay.
I like Mission Vale. And there's an original character. Something fresh. She's not a copycat of no one. She's her own character, and I like that. She's a scoundrel. There are tons of scoundrel characters in the Star Wars universe, not as Han Solo. So don't give me any of that. I mean, in Old Republic, you got Atton Rand, and Mission Vale, Canderous, and Jolie is a great Jedi, much like Ahsoka Tano. Now in the whatchamacallit, Clone Wars series. Rebels don't count. Show his ass. Hate that show. I mentioned they're going to use Thrawn to sell toys to little brats. It's pathetic. He deserves better than that. He deserves better than some stupid kid show. When you put him in a movie, you should have more freaking Thrawn. Put him in a movie, man. It's too big for these stupid kid shows. I would have suggest save him for that live action TV series. Money's not really an issue for Mickey Mouse. Disney got enough money before that. Heck, I'd watch a show where Thrawn appears in live action. Take that over some stupid animation. Like, make something for their freaking adult fans, man. Little kids ain't the only fans out there. And I guess you want to get new audiences, but Clone Wars, you know why Clone Wars are so good? It's good it's for everybody. It wasn't just geared toward little freaking 5-year-olds that came tired of their own damn shoes. I mean, for everybody. That show got darker as it went along. Rebels ain't getting darker. They're too busy trying to sell toys to those stupid kids. It's like, where's the meat to this show, man? Every once in a while, when I have the guts to watch it, heaven help me, I found myself being bored. It's like, this is not Star Wars. It's just Disney with the Star Wars brand. There's a difference. That show is not Star Wars. Might as well have made a freaking, what are those things called? The Ewoks or something? Stupid teddy bears from Return of the Jedi. That was somebody who would have beat up stormtroopers. Now we got that, what's his name? Donnie Yen? The blind guy beating stormtroopers over with a stick now. Oh, great. So we go from teddy bears with sticks to some blind guy with sticks. Great. Like, can we do something cool with the stormtroopers? Why are they always getting their ass kicked, man? Not in a room for the bad guys or anything, but can we not have the stormtroopers always getting, like, chopped up? I mean, damn. Plus, the Emperor was supposed to be in control in this particular era. Getting taken out by a guy with sticks. You gotta be kidding me. And that was pathetic when I saw that. I'm like, what the hell is this? I tell you, man, the expanded universe is way better than this garbage. And you know what? I don't recall seeing any Death Stars in the expanded universe either. Not one. There was a couple like sun machines or whatever, but it's not the same thing. None of them were circular or had the same reactor thing that you just blow up. You know? It's like, expanded universe was creative. That's why it's so popular. None of the writers that were in the expanded universe trying to remake something that George Lucas made 40 freaking years ago. 40 years ago. Why would you try to remake that? It's pointless because it's original. You'd just be wasting your time and resources. This is why so many people cry about The Force Awakens. Because it's almost an exact replica of Episode 4. I know it sounds like I'm like overdoing it a little bit, but can't help it sometimes, man. It's the Star Wars fan to me. But game number 3, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Now that game, even today, is freaking incredible. I still play it all the time. The game with Kyle Katarn, the original rebel who stole the Death Star plans. Not this Gina Ursa crap. Or whatever her name is. Random chick number 2. I used cheat codes when I played that game. So now I use a green saber, because that was his original color way back when, before he disconnected from the Force. Which is, I guess, they used that for Finn, but it's not the same thing really. Because apparently Finn has no family or whatever. So they kind of took the Jedi thing and turned it on its head. You know, because the Jedis are taken as little kids and they don't know their families or blah, blah, blah. Or whatever that nonsense is. Another thing I never really liked about the Star Wars movies, the Council and their crap about not having attachments or whatever. Yeah, that first of all, that makes no damn sense because Padawans and Masters have attachments to each other. It's called a relationship. There's different kinds of relationships, but it's all when your master gets killed in front of you, you're gonna be jumping for joy. You're gonna be sad. That's a form of attachment right there. So it's so forbidden love and blah blah blah. Doesn't make any sense. This is why expanding universe is so cool. Because when Luke became Jedi, he dropped all that crap. He was like, what, forbidden love? What? No. That's gone. Now I'm Jedi Grandmaster. But it's impossible not to have attachment to someone, whether or not you're a Jedi or not. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'll admit that the stories for some of the games aren't the best. Like, in Jedi Academy, for instance, there was that pretty crappy plot line with Tavion and the disciples of Raganos or some crap. Yeah, it was a pretty weak plot, but the game itself is fun, so I still enjoy it from time to time. Still, anything is better than. But still, you don't see those games copying the freaking original form of the first movie from '77. Doing its own thing. And that's my point. It's almost like Abrams and them were just so afraid of what a bunch of sissies were thinking about the prequels, hating on the prequels and the politics and stuff. They're like, you know what? Why don't we just remake the first movie? No one will notice the difference. Right. Not even 6 months later, people are nitpicking every little damn thing about The Force Awakens, including me. As much as I like the movie, I'm really hoping that Episode 8 is not called The First Order Strikes Back, though at this point I wouldn't be surprised. Especially since Rey is going to be revealed as a Skywalker. Spoilers. But if you didn't know that, you haven't been paying attention. I mean, like, all the evidence you need is already in the movie. So, I don't need to explain anything there, I hope. But yeah. It's all there. All the evidence is there. Just gotta open your eyes. Oh yeah, the next one would be the original Star Wars Battlefront. Original Star Wars Battlefront 2, I should say. Because the new one does not count. It's terrible.
How did you get in? Did they send another submersible? Quick, we have to get out of here. We have to get away. No! No, we have no time. We have to leave now. I managed to close the door after they killed him. The cell cath, they went crazy. They started killing anything that moved. Some must have triggered the defense systems too, because all the droids activated as well. I was one of the workers the Republic sent down here to find out what happened. We came down and secured the first couple of rooms, and the cell cath came out. They swarmed out and over us. So we ran. But what did any of us mean? I locked the door behind us. The sharks. That doesn't mean it's not still out there. Back to the surface, yes. But no! There's something out there. It got the submersible already. We can't leave until you do something. But all the machinery and stuff is. No! If you go in there, you're gonna die. Where did you go? No! Whatever's up, you can't. No! And the Republicans are real team now. If you're going to.
Man, this game feels more removed than days. It's kind of sad. Got myself a double bladed saber. Yeah, Battlefront 2, the original one, had all that, gave all that access to all the heroes and villains. Something the new game doesn't even bother doing. Battlefront 2 had friggin' had space battles, heroes and villains, Clone Wars. Wow, would have thought. Clone Wars in a Star Wars game? Nah. Space battles, a conquest thing, and even a story mode. Wow, a story mode in a game? No. And of course, that was all LucasArts, mind you. You got shut down because I don't even know why. No one knew why I was shut down. None. And number 5 on my list, Republic Commando. Made for the original Xbox. Featuring 4 clones from the Clone Wars. Going a whole bunch of different missions. It's freaking awesome. It's like Call of Duty, Star Wars. Which is sadly what Battlefront is trying to be. But it's failing because it's never going to be as cool as Republic Commando. But anyway, Republic Commando is probably one of my favorite Star Wars games ever. Definitely in my top. I'd probably squeeze Public Heart 2 up there too, right behind the first one. Maybe right after Jedi Knight 2, but for now, I'll stick with the list I have. Another topic one copy cover this evening is, well, I personally think it's a mistake. It was a mistake to get rid of the expanding universe. The main thing is progression. There's no progression in episode 7. And I listened to a lot of podcasts over the past couple of weeks, And people have made a lot of good points. Like, for instance, the whole Luke thing with him, sitting on his ass, doing nothing, instead of, actually having a Jedi Academy, being a Jedi Master, and all that, stuff he would have done in the expanding universe. Instead, all these Jedi he apparently trained got killed, and then he's just sitting around. I mean, like, you're telling me that Luke Skywalker trained a generation of Jedi, and they all died. And like, Luke can't be the last Jedi in the galaxy, people. It doesn't make any sense. We all know he's probably gonna get killed off. We all know he's probably gonna get killed off in one of these movies. It's probably gonna take me off, but it's kind of annoying, The whole Luke. All these Jedi I trained, they're all gone, so I'm just gonna sit around for Lord knows how long and do nothing about it. Instead of, looking for more Force sensitives in the galaxy. I mean, expanding universe, he was a Jedi Grand Master. Jedi Grand Master, people. That's the entire council combined. Like Luke giving up in episode 7 is out of character. This is the same guy, mind you, who never gave up on his father, no matter how dark stuff got. No matter what, he never gave up. He was willing to sacrifice his own life to save his father. Yes, he believed he could be redeemed. And you're telling me that this same guy trained Jedi, but they all died, and he just gave up. What? So it's, it's frustrating as a hardcore fan. See it properly, like, I don't want to say mishandled, but kind of lazy writing, people. And the fact that Abrams was like, oh, you might find out what happens in the next movie. Now, why don't you just tell me now? Stop all the mystery stuff, man. This ain't Scooby-Doo, it's Star Wars. Like in the expanding universe, we had Chewbacca die. On the way, I had twins and another kid named Anakin Solo who died, and he was in Bomb War. Luke had a son. And Jason basically became Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is basically Jason Solo, more or less. I mean, as sad as it was to see Chewbacca go, it's called progression. You're advancing the story. Characters are supposed to experience new things as the series progresses. That's one of the reasons the expanding universe is so good. Because we weren't going back to square one every couple of years like Disney's doing. Characters were growing. Luke was experiencing new things. Leia was experiencing new things. She was actually a Jedi Knight in the expanding universe. Han was pretty much the same. But there was a whole new generation of Jedi Knights. Kyle Katarn, uh, Mara Jade, Ben Skywalker, Jason Solo, Jaina Solo. Like, there was new characters that was introduced and stuff. Not the same old thing that we've already seen. Most of us have already seen from the film in '77. It's like, that's why I think it's a mistake. It was a mistake to raise the expanded universe. Because that was right there. It was 7, 8, and 9. Episode 7, 8, and 9 right there for them. You know what? Not one expanded universe book, from what I recall, featured a Death Star.
Is somebody out there? Investigate? Not just like the others. Order for the cell car. What can fish next? Chomp, chomp, chomp. If you can run, you might be fast food. No, 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 no. Only the ones left in the south. No, only the ones left in... No, when the demon screamed. No, no, only the ones left in... Bye-bye. Go look for fishy people.
Yeah. Long story short, big mistakes. Erase needs to be universe. I guarantee episode is going to be called The First Order Strikes Back. If it's not called that, it'll still be a relic of episode 8 or episode 5. Because clearly Disney has no other ideas. They brought Evans on to basically remake a classic. So we can do what? Retread the same thing we've seen. We've seen it twice already in the original movies. It was already an old idea after the first one. Then we saw it again in Return of the Jedi. Why? Why not, I guess. I mean, it kind of worked, and it's still stupid, but it's a good movie, so let it slide. There's no excuse for that still to be done 30 years later in a movie that's supposed to be a sequel. I love this movie, I really do, but it's like, I mean, there's a part of me that gets why they did that, what they did. It is called Force Awakens. I mean, basically, it is kind of the beginning of a new trilogy, but despite that, you don't need to remake what's already been done, basically to perfection until the special editions came out, which are terrible. All that extra CGI crap doesn't need to be in there at all. You know, Lucas just ruined his own property, whether he realizes it or not. But even George Lucas himself calls Force Awakens retro. When the creator of Star Wars calls what's supposed to be a sequel retro, you gotta do something wrong. And all I'm saying is that there's too much nostalgia in episode 7. Too much nostalgia. It was beating you on the head with it. Like, hey guys, remember this from episode 4? Remember this from episode 5? Remember this from episode 6? Sand planet, snow planet, forest planet, trench run, Death Star number 3, droid that gets sensitive information to get to a rival base, goes on an adventure, blah blah blah. Seen that before. Gee, I wonder where I've seen that. I mean, come on, Disney. And the next plan for a movie after Rogue One is probably that stupid Han Solo movie. Really? Han Solo? Can't think of anything else? Mercy. I think that'll do it for tonight. So, until next time, may the force be with you. This is Kylo Ren signing off.